today with a little update for you all. And I know I put some of this on Instagram, on the Instagram story, I think it's called. Sorry, I'm like back in the past. I don't know what I'm doing on social media. I did a little update this morning because I tried to actually film an update for you yesterday and it didn't go so well. My impression of that is I'm gonna film this later because I literally can't keep my brain together for this. So let's come back to me later. I was very emotional and I was in a lot of pain yesterday. I have no idea why. I had a dilation and a colonoscopy that was successful on Monday. Tuesday? Monday. Shoot, I did this yesterday. I don't know what day it is. Hold on. I have my calendar in front of me. Let's flip back to see when I had my dilation. Okay, that happened on Tuesday morning. My whole week is just like totally off. So I had a dilation with a colonoscopy on the 16th, which was Tuesday. And I felt pretty good afterwards. You know, I like was walking around Spirit Halloween an hour after I woke up. Like, I was okay. I was hurting a little bit, obviously, in my bottom area because they had to dilate my stricture, but otherwise I was pretty fine. We went home, we had lunch, like everything was good. We took a nap, and I woke up later that night and was like just so out of it. Just like so blah. And my whole body hurt. It felt like all of my joints, it felt like my skin hurt, and I was worried I had a fever, which, you know, is not really good. Sometimes it's expected after procedures, but you know, you don't want to have a fever. I didn't have a thermometer though, so I just tried to drink as much fluids as I could. I took some Tylenol and I went to bed. And I woke up yesterday morning and I tried to film basically what happened during the scope, and I basically started crying during it and had to stop. I wound up not moving from the couch until I had a meeting on a video chat at like 4 o'clock, and I just like turned the camera off, put me on mute. I was like, I couldn't do anything. I was a scary sight yesterday. I started feeling better around maybe 6, 7 p.m. and that's about when Zach gets home, or he got home like maybe close to 8, I think. And I was still hurting a little bit, but I took more Tylenol and I was okay for the rest of the night. And I woke up today and I feel much better. I don't have any joint pain. I have a little bit of pain in my rectum, but that is definitely improving, and I'm only getting a very small amount of blood now. I was getting quite a bit the first day, but it has just like decreased as we went on. Another part of yesterday was I was a little emotional because I didn't get the best results on my colonoscopy. So, I mean, it's, I guess something that I expected, but when I made my series back in June about all of my scopes and all of that, I only had an ileoscopy, so they only were able to see the small intestine portion of my digestive tract, and that looked pretty good. There were like a couple tiny spots that were funky, but not bad. And my doctor was like, there's no point in putting you on biologics now because it's probably more risky to put you on it than deal with the teeny tiny spots in your intestine. And I was totally on board with that. But when I woke up from the procedure, my GI came into the room and he said, we saw inflammation, we saw friability, and like it didn't look that great. So we're waiting on biopsies, but we may discuss starting you on a biologic at your follow-up appointment, which is gonna happen like I don't know what day it is, but it's gonna happen pretty soon. I have pictures of the colon and I have pictures of where they dilated. They were only able to get to 10 millimeters again, which means that it shrunk up, which it always has. It always shrinks back up. And they actually wound up using an endoscopy camera to get through it because they tried using the one that they would normally use for a colonoscopy and it couldn't get through again, but when they switched they were able to get through. And yeah, my colon has that like classic cobblestone looking beautiful mess. So yeah, I was a little upset to see that. I was like, holy crap, it looks terrible. Because I was comparing it to my small intestine, which looked fabulous. So that kind of really blows, but it's okay. it gives me validation of why I like on and off feel bad. I kind of thought maybe I was going crazy or I was just making, you know, stuff up in my head about it, but that, looking at my colon, I was like, yeah, that's probably why I'm not feeling good. The dilations definitely help with the symptoms though, because I'm able to pass that mucus. Like, I have gotten a lot out already since I had the dilation Tuesday, and that has made me feel better. Like, I'm less crampy, less bloated, which is awesome. It seems like they are debating this colitis between diversion colitis and just normal, like, you have Crohn's colitis. Which I know sounds weird. So you can have Crohn's disease or you can have ulcerative colitis. Crohn's colitis is Crohn's disease that mainly appears in the colon. So that is kind of what I've always had. I've always had more issues in my colon. But diversion colitis is caused when you have not been using your colon for a long time because it's disconnected and you have an ostomy and it's, you know, diverted, and your colon really isn't getting the nutrition that it was before. It's not doing its normal functions that it used to, which can cause colitis in itself. So that's why they did the biopsies, and I will find out at my follow-up appointment whether they're, you know, thinking it's diversion colitis, which usually has a different treatment plan than if it was Crohn's colitis. Crohn's colitis, you think more of like the biologics, the more Crohn's medications, whereas if it's diversion colitis, it's more about like, what is your colon missing that it needs to function the way it used to, even though it's diverted. Sometimes with diversion colitis, they would reconnect you to get rid of it, but that's not really an option for me with the severity of my stricture. Like, things are not, like, I would never have a normal bowel movement. I would just get constipated like I used to all the time, and that's pretty bad. That's a medical emergency. That's an obstruction. So sometimes they do like steroid enemas, sometimes they do these fatty acid chain enemas, which had been discussed years and years ago in my treatment plan, but it didn't happen. Yeah, so I will see on that appointment day what our plan is going to be, but that is the update. So things like didn't look that great, but you know, I'll get through it. I always have, and it's just, I like to think of it as another opportunity to learn, because I like caring for patients with Crohn's disease and ostomies, and if I can experience what they're going through, like if I have to do a biologic or I have to do these enemas, whatever, it's just an opportunity to tell patients like, this is how it is, this is what I've experienced. So that's kind of how I mentally handle these things and keep myself positive. Although yesterday, I was not so positive. But we all have those days, and it is a-okay to have those days. So I just wanted to give you that quick update and tell you that now I'm feeling okay, I'm doing well, and I will be back and make videos for you, and obviously I will update you once I have that appointment and give you guys a better idea of what my treatment plan will be. Alright guys, I hope that you are all feeling well, and I will continue to update you. See you in the next. Bye!